Overcoming anxiety. Find peace and confidence. Introduction. Anxiety can feel like an unstoppable force. Racing thoughts, constant worry, and the overwhelming feeling that you're never truly at ease. But what if you could take control? What if you could break free from the cycle of fear and step into a life of calm, clarity, and confidence? This audiobook is your guide to doing just that. Through practical techniques, mindset shifts, and proven strategies, you'll learn how to quiet your mind, overcome anxious thoughts, and build lasting inner peace. Whether you struggle with daily stress, social anxiety, or overwhelming worries, this book will give you the tools to take back control. By the end of this journey, you won't just feel calmer. You'll be calmer. Your thoughts will be clearer, your reactions more measured, and your life filled with a newfound sense of ease. Let's begin. Written and published by Rise with Wisdom. Chapter 1. The Truth About Anxiety, What's Really Holding You Back, and How to Break Free. Anxiety is one of the most common struggles people face, yet it often feels deeply personal and isolating. If you've ever felt trapped by racing thoughts, overwhelmed by worry, or paralyzed by fear of the future, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Anxiety is not a permanent part of who you are. It's a learned response, one that can be unlearned. Anxiety isn't just feeling nervous. It's a cycle. It starts with a thought. Maybe it's a worry about the future, a fear of failure, or a negative assumption about yourself. That thought triggers a physical reaction. Your heart races, your muscles tense, and your breathing becomes shallow. Your body reacts as if you're in danger, even when there's no real threat. And because your body feels anxious, your mind takes that as confirmation that something is wrong. The cycle continues, reinforcing itself again and again. But here's the good news. Anxiety is not a sign of weakness. It's not a life sentence. It's simply a pattern. One that can be disrupted and replaced with something better. Breaking free from the cycle. The first step to overcoming anxiety is recognizing that your thoughts are not always facts. Just because you think something bad will happen doesn't mean it will. Your brain's job is to predict danger and keep you safe, but sometimes it overreacts. Understanding this is powerful because it gives you the ability to step back and question your anxious thoughts instead of automatically believing them. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'll embarrass myself if I speak up in this meeting," stop for a moment. Ask yourself, is this thought based on evidence, or is it just fear talking? Have you actually failed in every past situation, or is your brain focusing on the worst possible outcome? Most of the time, anxiety is built on what-ifs rather than reality. Reframing the narrative. Instead of accepting anxious thoughts as truth, try reframing them. If your mind says, "I'm terrible at public speaking," challenge it. "I might be nervous, but I've spoken before, and I can improve." If it says, "People will judge me," remind yourself, "Most people are too focused on themselves to be analyzing me." This small shift in thinking can begin to loosen anxiety's grip on your mind. Your first action step. Right now, try this. Take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Do this 3 times. Notice how even a few moments of controlled breathing can start to interrupt the anxiety cycle. Simple actions like this: breathing, questioning anxious thoughts, and reframing negativity are the building blocks of a calmer, more confident mind. Anxiety doesn't disappear overnight, but with practice, you can rewire your brain to respond differently. And as you continue this journey, you'll discover that peace and confidence aren't just possible. They're within your reach. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the science of calm, how your brain processes anxiety, and the exact steps you can take to take back control. Chapter 2. The Science of Calm. Reprogram your brain to stop stress in its tracks. Anxiety might feel overwhelming, but it's not random. It follows a predictable pattern. Understanding how your brain and body respond to stress is the key to breaking free from it. The good news? Your brain is not hardwired for anxiety. It's just a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed. How your brain creates anxiety. Your brain has one main goal: to keep you alive. It's constantly scanning for threats, whether real or imagined. This system, controlled by the amygdala, was incredibly useful thousands of years ago when early humans faced real physical dangers like predators. But in today's world, that same survival system is triggered by things like deadlines, social situations, or uncertainty about the future. Here's what happens when anxiety kicks in. 1. A trigger appears. You have a thought, see a situation, or remember something that causes stress. 2. Your brain sounds the alarm. The amygdala perceives this as a threat, even if it's not dangerous. 3. Your body reacts. Adrenaline and cortisol flood your system, causing your heart to race, muscles to tense, and breathing to become shallow. 4. You interpret the sensations. Because your body feels anxious, your mind assumes something must be wrong, reinforcing the cycle. This process happens fast, often before you even realize it. But here's where things get interesting. You have the power to reprogram how your brain reacts, rewiring the anxiety response. The reason anxiety feels automatic is because your brain has strengthened those neural pathways over time. The more you react to stress the same way, the more ingrained the response becomes. But just as the brain can learn fear, it can unlearn it. Here is how to start rewiring your anxiety response. 1. Slow down your breathing. When anxiety hits, your breath becomes shallow. By consciously slowing it down, you signal to your brain that there's no real danger. Try this technique. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat until you feel calmer. 2. Name the feeling instead of letting anxiety control you. Take a step back and label what's happening. Say to yourself, "This is just anxiety. My body is reacting, but I am safe." Naming your emotions reduces their power over you. 3. Change the story. Your thoughts fuel your anxiety. If you think, "I can't handle this," your brain believes it. Instead, tell yourself, "I've handled difficult situations before, and I can handle this too." Reframing your self-talk rewires your brain over time. 4. Engage your senses. When anxiety takes over, your mind gets stuck in a loop, interrupted by engaging your senses. Look around and name 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This simple technique grounds you in the present moment and calms your nervous system. 5. Practice visualization. Your brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined experiences. When you repeatedly imagine yourself feeling calm and in control, your brain starts to believe it's possible. Spend just a few minutes each day picturing yourself handling stressful situations with confidence. The power of small wins. One of the fastest ways to reprogram your brain is through small, consistent wins. Every time you interrupt an anxious thought, slow down your breathing, or challenge your fears, you're weakening the old anxiety pathways and strengthening new, calmer ones. It won't happen overnight, but the more you practice these techniques, the more automatic they become. Over time, your brain learns that you are not in danger, and anxiety loses its grip on you. In the next chapter, we'll dive into Escape the Overthinking Trap, how to stop racing thoughts and silence negativity before it takes over. Chapter 3, Escape the Overthinking Trap, how to stop racing thoughts and silence negativity. If anxiety is the fire, overthinking is the fuel. It's that endless cycle of worry, self-doubt, and what-if scenarios that keep your mind running in circles. You analyze every decision, replay past conversations, and imagine worst-case outcomes, all while feeling more and more overwhelmed. But here's the truth. Overthinking doesn't solve problems. It only makes them feel bigger. The key to breaking free isn't thinking harder. It's thinking less and acting more. In this chapter, we'll explore why overthinking happens and, more importantly, how to escape it. Why we overthink and why it feels so hard to stop. Your brain is designed to solve problems. It wants certainty, predictability, and control. When faced with uncertainty, whether it's a big life decision or a small social interaction, your mind tries to figure it out by replaying scenarios, analyzing possibilities, and predicting outcomes. But instead of bringing clarity, this constant mental looping creates paralysis by analysis. The more you think, the more anxious you feel. The more anxious you feel, the harder it is to make a decision. And the harder it is to make a decision, the more you overthink. It's a vicious cycle, and it feels hard to stop because your brain believes it's helping you. It thinks that if you analyze something enough, you'll find the perfect answer. But perfection doesn't exist, so the cycle never ends. Breaking free. How to stop overthinking and find clarity. 1. Recognize when you're stuck in the loop. The first step to breaking free is awareness. Overthinking often happens on autopilot. You don't even realize you're doing it. Catch yourself when you start analyzing the same situation over and over again. Ask, am I actually solving a problem or just creating more stress? Is this helping me or keeping me stuck? Have I thought about this enough to take action? If the answer is no, it's time to move on. 2. Set a time limit for decisions. Overthinkers tend to delay decisions because they fear making the wrong choice. But in reality, most decisions aren't life or death. They're just choices. And choices can be adjusted. To train your brain to decide instead of dwell, give yourself a time limit. If it's a small decision like what to eat or which email to send, give yourself 60 seconds. If it's a bigger decision, like a career move, set a deadline. Maybe 24 hours or a week. When the time is up, make a choice and move forward. No second guessing, no revisiting, just action. 3. Shift from what if to what's next. What if? Thinking is the fuel for anxiety. What if I fail? What if they judge me? What if I regret this? But instead of spiraling in what ifs, switch to what's next. Instead of, what if I say something dumb in that meeting? Ask, what's the next small step I can take to prepare? Instead of, what if I make the wrong decision? Ask, what's the next best action I can take right now? This shift moves you from paralysis to progress. 4. Rewire your brain with action. The best cure for overthinking? Action. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you prove to your brain that you can handle uncertainty. If you're overthinking whether to text someone, just send the message. If you're overthinking a workout, just put on your shoes and start. If you're overthinking a new opportunity, just take one small step forward. You don't need to feel 100% confident before you act. Action creates confidence. The more you do, the less time you have to overthink. 5. Use the worst-case scenario exercise. Sometimes, your brain gets stuck in fear because it imagines the worst possible outcome. Instead of letting that fear paralyze you, face it head-on. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could realistically happen? If that did happen, could I handle it? What's the most likely outcome instead? Most of the time, the worst-case scenario is not as bad as your mind makes it seem. And even if it happened, you'd survive. This realization takes power away from your fears. Reclaim your mental peace. Overthinking isn't something you're stuck with. It's a habit, and habits can be changed. The key is to catch yourself, challenge your thoughts, and take action before anxiety takes over. As you start applying these strategies, you'll notice a shift. Your mind will feel lighter, your decisions will feel easier, and your confidence will grow. You'll spend less time trapped in your head and more time living in the moment. In the next chapter, we'll dive into mastering the art of letting go, how to stop obsessing over things you can't control and find true peace of mind. Chapter 4. Mastering the art of letting go. Free yourself from what you can't control. One of the biggest sources of anxiety is trying to control the uncontrollable. We stress over things we can't change, other people's opinions, the past, the future, or even how the world works. This obsession with control keeps us stuck in frustration, overthinking, and emotional exhaustion. But here's the truth. Real peace comes from letting go. When you stop fighting what's out of your hands and start focusing on what is, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. In this chapter, we'll explore how to let go of control, release past regrets, and embrace a mindset of true inner peace. Why we struggle to let go. Your brain craves certainty. It wants to know exactly how things will turn out, how people will react, and how to avoid pain. When things feel unpredictable, your mind tries to grip tighter, analyzing, worrying, and mentally replaying scenarios in an attempt to fix them. But holding on doesn't create control. It creates suffering. The more you fight against uncertainty, the more anxious and drained you feel. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing peace over resistance. How to let go and find inner calm. 1. Accept that some things are out of your hands. Ask yourself, am I worrying about something I can actually change? Or am I stressing over something completely outside my control? If you can change it, take action. If you can't, remind yourself, this is not mine to control. Acceptance is the first step to peace. Example, you can't control what someone thinks of you, but you can control how you see yourself. You can't control the past, but you can control how you move forward. You can't control every outcome, but you can control your mindset and response. The more you shift your energy to what is in your control, the more powerful and calm you'll feel. 2. Stop reliving the past. Many people hold on to past mistakes, regrets, or painful experiences, replaying them like a movie on repeat. But the past is done. No amount of thinking can change it. When you catch yourself dwelling on something that already happened, shift your focus by asking, what did I learn from this? How can I grow because of it? What action can I take today to move forward? Your past does not define you. Your actions now do. 3. Drop the need for approval. Another major stressor is worrying about what others think. We overanalyze conversations, second-guess our choices, and hold back from being ourselves out of fear of judgment. But here's the truth. You will never please everyone, and you don't have to. The only opinion that truly matters is yours. Whenever you feel anxious about someone else's thoughts, ask, will this matter in 5 years? Do I want to live my life trying to please everyone but myself? What do I truly want? When you release the need for approval, you gain something even better. 4. Use the surrender list method. If certain worries keep taking up space in your mind, try this powerful exercise. 1. Grab a piece of paper. 2. Write down everything that's stressing you out but is out of your control. 3. At the top, write, I surrender these worries. I release what I cannot control. 4. Then, physically let go. Rip up the paper, throw it away, or burn it safely. This simple act tells your brain to stop holding on. When practiced consistently, it rewires your mind to let go more easily. 5. Focus on the present moment. Letting go isn't just about releasing the past or future. When you're caught in anxiety, shift your focus by grounding yourself in the moment. Breathe deeply, inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Engage your senses, notice what you can see, hear, touch, smell, and taste. Move your body, go for a walk, stretch, or exercise to bring your attention back to the now. The present moment is always within your control. When you bring your focus back to now, anxiety fades. Final thoughts. Letting go is a daily practice. Letting go isn't a one-time thing. It's a habit you build over time. Every day, you'll face situations that test your ability to surrender. But the more you practice, the easier it gets. Remember, you don't have to control everything to be at peace. True calm comes when you trust yourself, embrace uncertainty, and focus on what truly matters. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to rewire your brain for calmness, so anxiety no longer controls you. Chapter 5. Rewiring your brain for calm, breaking free from anxious patterns. Anxiety isn't just a passing feeling. It's a habit your brain has learned over time. If you've been stuck in patterns of overthinking, worrying, or expecting the worst, it's because your mind has been wired to react that way. But here's the good news. You can retrain your brain to be calm. Just like anxiety is learned, peace can be learned too. In this chapter, we'll break down how to reprogram your mind so stress no longer has the same power over you. Understanding the anxious brain. Your brain's designed to keep you safe. Thousands of years ago, when humans lived in dangerous environments, fear was necessary for survival. It helped us avoid threats and stay alive. But in today's world, that same fear response is triggered by things that aren't actual dangers. A tough conversation, a social situation, or even the fear of failure. Instead of saving us, this overactive response keeps us trapped in anxiety. The key to breaking free? Teaching your brain a new way to respond. Step 1. Interrupt the anxiety loop. Anxiety follows a cycle. 1. Trigger a thought, event, or situation sparks worry. 2. Reaction: your body tenses, your heart races, and your mind spirals. 3. Reinforcement: you avoid the situation or overthink it, which makes anxiety stronger next time. To rewire your brain, you need to interrupt the pattern at the reaction stage. The moment you feel anxiety rising, pause. Instead of reacting automatically, take a breath. Question it, ask, is this really dangerous? Is my brain overreacting? Redirect, shift your focus to something calming, like deep breathing or a grounding exercise. Every time you do this, you weaken anxiety's control over you. Step 2. Train your mind to expect the best. If you're used to expecting the worst, your brain has been conditioned to focus on negativity. This is called negativity bias, the tendency to dwell on threats more than positives. To rewire this, start practicing positive anticipation. Every morning, ask yourself, what's something good that could happen today? What's one small thing I'm looking forward to? Your brain listens to what you tell it. The more you focus on positive possibilities, the more your mind starts seeking them out automatically. Step 3. Strengthen the calm response. The more you activate your relaxation response, the easier it becomes for your brain to return to a calm state. Try these daily practices. Controlled breathing: inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This signals safety to your nervous system. Mindfulness: spend a few minutes noticing your surroundings, focusing on what you hear, see, and feel. Gratitude practice: list 3 things you're grateful for every day to shift your brain toward positivity. Movement exercise releases feel-good chemicals that naturally lower anxiety. Even a short walk helps. These small actions rewire your brain over time, making calm your default state instead of anxiety. Step 4. Change your internal dialogue. Your thoughts shape your emotions. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't handle this, or what if everything goes wrong, your brain responds with stress. But when you shift your self-talk, your emotions follow. Replace anxious thoughts with calming ones. Instead of I'm so stressed about this, say I can handle this one step at a time. Instead of what if I fail, say I'll do my best, and that's enough. Instead of I'm always anxious, say I'm learning to be calm. At first, this may feel unnatural, but the more you repeat these new thoughts, the more they become your automatic response. Step 5. Create a mental safe space. Your brain reacts to imagined experiences the same way it does to real ones. This means you can train your brain to feel safe by visualizing calming experiences. Try this. 1. Close your eyes and picture a place where you feel completely safe and relaxed. 2. Imagine the details. What do you see, hear, and feel? 3. Breathe deeply and let yourself feel that sense of safety. By practicing this daily, your brain learns to access calmness whenever you need it. Final thoughts. You are in control. Right now, your brain may be wired for anxiety, but that's not permanent. Every small change you make rewires your mind for calm, confidence, and control. Anxiety may have been your habit, but now calm is becoming your new normal. In the next chapter, we'll go deeper into how your environment affects your anxiety and how to build a space that naturally keeps you at peace. Chapter 6. Creating a calm environment: how your surroundings impact your anxiety. Your environment plays a crucial role in your emotional and mental state. Whether it's your physical space, the people around you, or the digital world you interact with, everything influences your mood, stress levels, and, ultimately, your ability to stay calm. In this chapter, we'll explore how different aspects of your environment impact your anxiety and how you can create a peaceful, grounding space to foster calmness. The impact of physical space on anxiety. The space around you has a significant effect on your state of mind. A cluttered or chaotic environment can trigger feelings of stress and overwhelm, making it harder to maintain a sense of calm. On the other hand, a clean, organized, and aesthetically pleasing space can help reduce anxiety and promote relaxation. Here's how to create a calming physical environment. 1. Declutter your space. Clutter can be a visual representation of chaos, which can increase feelings of anxiety. Take the time to tidy up your surroundings, whether it's your desk, bedroom, or living room. Remove items that no longer serve you or bring you joy. This helps create a sense of order, which naturally soothes the mind. 2. Introduce natural elements. Nature has an inherent calming effect on us. Bring elements of nature into your space, whether it's plants, natural lighting, or even calming nature sounds. A simple houseplant or fresh flowers can make your environment feel more grounded and peaceful. 3. Optimize lighting. Lighting plays a significant role in how we feel. Bright, harsh lights can feel overwhelming and stimulating, while soft, warm lighting can create a relaxed atmosphere. If possible, use natural light during the day and dim lighting in the evening. Consider using warm-toned bulbs or even Himalayan salt lamps to add a gentle glow to your surroundings. 4. Create a sanctuary. Set aside a specific area in your home or office that's dedicated to calmness and relaxation. This can be a corner of your living room or a small nook in your bedroom. Decorate it with items that help you feel peaceful, such as calming colors, scented candles, or objects that bring you a sense of tranquility. The people you surround yourself with. The people in your life have a direct impact on your emotional state. If you're constantly surrounded by negative, toxic, or draining individuals, it can be difficult to maintain a sense of calm. Negative energy is contagious, and being around people who stress you out or make you feel anxious can elevate your own feelings of anxiety. On the other hand, positive and supportive individuals can help reduce stress and provide a sense of calm. They offer comfort, encouragement, and a safe space to express yourself without judgment. Here's how to manage your relationships for your peace of mind. 1. Set boundaries with toxic people. If you have relationships that cause you anxiety, it's essential to establish healthy boundaries. This may involve limiting your time with negative individuals or communicating openly about your needs. You don't have to cut people out of your life completely, but protecting your emotional well-being should always come first. 2. Surround yourself with supportive people. Seek out relationships with people who lift you up, who encourage your growth, and who help you feel grounded. Positive social interactions can help regulate your mood and reduce feelings of anxiety. It's also important to spend time with those who respect your boundaries and create an environment of trust and understanding. 3. Practice empathy and communication. In your relationships, focus on practicing empathy and open communication. Listening actively, being present, and responding with kindness can strengthen your connections with others and create a more peaceful dynamic in your relationships. Managing the digital world, reducing online stress. In today's connected world, we spend a significant amount of time online, whether it's checking social media, scrolling through news feeds, or interacting with others virtually. While the digital world has many benefits, it can also be a major source of stress and anxiety. Social media, in particular, is known to contribute to feelings of inadequacy, comparison, and FOMO, fear of missing out, which can increase anxiety levels. The constant barrage of news and information can also overwhelm the mind, making it harder to stay calm. Here's how to manage your digital environment to promote peace. 1. Limit social media use. Social media can be a source of stress if you spend too much time comparing yourself to others or consuming negative content. Set boundaries around your social media usage, such as limiting your screen time or taking social media breaks. Curate your feed to include only accounts that inspire positivity and growth. 2. Consume positive content. Make a conscious effort to engage with content that nurtures your calm. Follow accounts, read articles, and watch videos that inspire, educate, and uplift you. Whether it's motivational quotes, mindfulness practices, or relaxing music, seek out content that aligns with your goal of cultivating peace. 3. Take digital detoxes. In our hyper-connected world, it's essential to disconnect regularly. Take breaks from screens, especially before bed, to allow your mind to unwind. Designate tech-free times or days where you focus on offline activities that promote relaxation, like reading, meditating, or spending time with loved ones. Creating your ideal environment for calm. In summary, your environment, both physical and social, can either enhance or hinder your ability to stay calm. By intentionally shaping your surroundings, you can create a space that supports your mental well-being and fosters relaxation. Here's a simple action plan to start creating a calming environment. 1. Declutter your physical space and introduce calming elements like plants and natural light. 2. Set boundaries with toxic people and cultivate relationships with supportive, uplifting individuals. 3. Limit your digital exposure to reduce stress and focus on consuming positive grounding content. The more you design your environment to support calmness, the easier it will be to manage anxiety and stay grounded, no matter what life throws at you. In the next chapter, we'll explore mindfulness techniques that you can use to stay present and manage stress in any situation. Chapter 7. Mindfulness Techniques for Calmness. Mindfulness is one of the most effective tools for managing anxiety and stress. By becoming more aware of the present moment and less caught up in negative thoughts or worries, you can reduce the grip of anxiety and cultivate a sense of peace. In this chapter, we'll explore mindfulness techniques that can help you stay grounded and calm, even in the most challenging situations. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment, without judgment or distraction. It involves observing your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings with curiosity and acceptance, rather than getting caught up in them. When you practice mindfulness, you're able to step back from your anxious thoughts and create a mental space where calmness can thrive. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool for reducing anxiety because it helps you break the cycle of rumination, the tendency to overthink and worry about things you can't control. By focusing on the here and now, mindfulness redirects your attention away from the anxiety-producing thoughts that often fuel stress. Mindful breathing. One of the simplest yet most powerful mindfulness techniques is mindful breathing. It's a practice that you can do anywhere and at any time, making it a go-to tool for managing anxiety throughout your day. Here's how to practice mindful breathing. 1. Find a comfortable position. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. 2. Focus on your breath. Bring your attention to your breath. Notice how it feels as you inhale and exhale. Pay attention to the sensation of the air entering your nostrils and filling your lungs, and the sensation of your body releasing the breath. 3. Breathe deeply and slowly. Begin to take slow, deep breaths. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 4. If you feel your mind wandering, gently bring your focus back to your breath. 4. Observe without judgment. As you breathe, thoughts may arise. Rather than engaging with them or pushing them away, simply observe them and let them pass like clouds in the sky. Return your attention to the breath. Mindful breathing helps calm the nervous system, reduce stress hormones, and bring you into a state of relaxation. By practicing this regularly, you can build resilience against anxiety and develop a more grounded and centered mindset. Body scan meditation. Another effective mindfulness technique is the body scan meditation. This practice involves bringing attention to different parts of your body to release tension and promote relaxation. It helps you reconnect with your physical self, which can be particularly helpful when you're feeling anxious or disconnected. Here's how to practice a body scan meditation. 1. Lie down in a comfortable position. Find a quiet place to lie down. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to settle into the present moment. 2. Start at the top of your head. Begin by bringing your attention to the top of your head. Notice any sensations or tension in your scalp, forehead, and face. As you exhale, release any tension you might be holding. 3. Move down your body. Slowly move your attention down your body, part by part. Pay attention to your neck, shoulders, arms, chest, stomach, legs, and feet. With each area, observe any sensations you feel, whether it's tightness, warmth, or a sense of relaxation. 4. Release tension with your breath. As you breathe in, acknowledge any tension or discomfort you feel in each area. As you exhale, imagine releasing that tension and allowing your body to relax deeper into the ground. 5. Complete the scan. Once you've scanned your entire body, take a few moments to rest in the feeling of relaxation. Enjoy the peacefulness that comes from being fully present in your body. Body scan meditation is especially helpful in moments of high anxiety, as it grounds you back in the present moment and helps release physical tension. Over time, regular practice can lead to greater body awareness and a sense of overall calmness. Mindful observation. Mindful observation is another great technique for cultivating calmness. It involves fully focusing on an object or scene in your environment without judgment or distraction. This practice helps you become more attuned to your surroundings and allows you to experience the world with fresh eyes. To practice mindful observation, follow these steps. 1. Choose an object or scene. Find an object, such as a flower, a tree, or a piece of art, or choose a scene in your environment, like a sunset or the view from a window. 2. Focus on the details. Look at the object or scene with full attention. Notice the colors, shapes, textures, and movements. Observe the smallest details, such as the way the light plays off surfaces or the subtle shifts in color. 3. Engage all your senses. Take it a step further by engaging all your senses. If you're observing a flower, for example, notice its scent, the texture of the petals, and even the sound of the wind rustling the leaves. The more you engage your senses, the more immersive the experience becomes. 4. Stay present. As you observe, let go of any judgments or distractions. Simply experience the moment as it is, without trying to analyze or interpret it. Let your mind be at ease as you focus solely on the present experience. Mindful observation helps you slow down and take in the beauty of the world around you. It redirects your attention away from anxious thoughts and encourages a peaceful, centered state of mind. Mindfulness in everyday activities. You don't need to sit in a quiet room to practice mindfulness. You can incorporate mindfulness into any activity you do, from brushing your teeth to walking in the park. Here are a few ways to practice mindfulness in everyday activities. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of each bite. Eat slowly and savor the experience, rather than rushing through your meal. Mindful walking. As you walk, notice the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your movement, and the sounds around you. Mindful listening. When talking to someone, give them your full attention. Listen deeply to what they're saying without planning your response or getting distracted. By incorporating mindfulness into everyday tasks, you can cultivate a sense of calmness and reduce anxiety, no matter where you are. Conclusion. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for overcoming anxiety and achieving a calm state of mind. Whether you're practicing mindful breathing, body scan meditation, mindful observation, or simply bringing mindfulness into your everyday activities, these techniques help you stay grounded, reduce stress, and increase your overall sense of well-being. The more you practice, the more naturally calmness will flow into your life. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to reframe negative thoughts and transform them into more positive, empowering beliefs. Reframing negative thoughts. One of the most effective ways to reduce anxiety and stress is by changing the way we think. Our thoughts have a direct impact on how we feel, and often, negative or distorted thinking can fuel our anxiety and heighten our stress. In this chapter, we'll learn how to identify negative thoughts and reframe them into more positive and empowering ones. Understanding negative thinking patterns. Before we can reframe negative thoughts, it's essential to understand the common patterns of negative thinking that many people experience. These thought patterns often reinforce feelings of anxiety, fear, and insecurity. By recognizing these patterns, we can break the cycle of negativity and replace them with more rational and realistic thoughts. Here are some common negative thinking patterns. 1. Catastrophizing. This is when you imagine the worst-case scenario and believe that it will happen, even if the situation doesn't warrant such an extreme response. For example, if you make a mistake at work, you may think, "I'm going to lose my job." 2. Overgeneralization. Overgeneralization happens when you take one instance of failure or disappointment and apply it to all areas of your life. For example, "I didn't get that promotion, so I'll never be successful." 3. Black and white thinking. This pattern involves seeing things as all good or all bad, with no room for gray areas. You might think, "If I'm not perfect, I'm a failure," ignoring the possibility of progress or improvement. 4. Personalization. Personalization involves blaming yourself for events outside your control. For example, if a friend cancels plans, you might think, "They must not like me," even though the cancellation could be due to unrelated reasons. 5. Mind reading. In this pattern, you assume you know what others are thinking, and often it's negative. For example, they're probably judging me right now, even though there is no evidence to support that thought. By understanding these patterns, you can start to catch yourself when you're thinking in these ways and challenge the thoughts that are causing you distress. The power of reframing. Reframing is the process of changing the way you interpret a situation by looking at it from a different perspective. When you reframe a thought, you shift from a negative or irrational perspective to a more balanced, realistic, and empowering one. This helps reduce anxiety and stress by providing a more positive outlook on the situation. Let's take a closer look at how to reframe negative thoughts using a few simple steps. Step 1. Identify the negative thought. The first step in reframing negative thoughts is to identify the negative thought or belief that is causing you anxiety. This could be a worry, a judgment, or a self-critical thought. Pay attention to the thoughts you have when you're feeling anxious or stressed. Here's an example of a negative thought. I'm going to fail this presentation, and everyone will think I'm incompetent. Step 2. Challenge the thought. Once you've identified the negative thought, the next step is to challenge it. Ask yourself a few questions to determine whether the thought is rational or based on facts. Is this thought based on evidence? Is there actual evidence to support the thought? In our example, have you failed presentations in the past, or is this just a fear of the unknown? What is the likelihood of this happening? Often, we imagine worst-case scenarios that are unlikely to happen. Ask yourself how probable it really is that you'll fail. Are you prepared for the presentation? What's the worst-case scenario, and how would I cope with it? If you're fearing failure, think about how you would handle the worst outcome. Realizing that you can manage setbacks often makes them less intimidating. Am I overgeneralizing? Are you assuming this failure means you'll never be successful at anything again? Remind yourself of past successes or times when you've handled challenges well. By asking these questions, you begin to challenge the validity of the negative thought and recognize whether it's based on facts or just assumptions. Step 3. Reframe the thought. Once you've challenged the negative thought, it's time to reframe it. The goal is to find a more balanced and realistic perspective that is less anxiety-inducing. For example, original thought, I'm going to fail this presentation and everyone will think I'm incompetent. Reframed thought, I've prepared for this presentation and I've done well in similar situations before. Even if something goes wrong, I can handle it and learn from it. People will understand, and I can always improve next time. Notice how the reframed thought focuses on your preparation, experience, and the ability to handle challenges. It's a more balanced and optimistic perspective that reduces anxiety and empowers you. Step 4. Practice self-compassion. It's important to be kind to yourself during this process. Often, we are our own harshest critics, and self-criticism can fuel anxiety. Instead of beating yourself up for having negative thoughts, practice self-compassion by acknowledging that everyone experiences self-doubt from time to time. For example, if you're feeling nervous about a social situation, instead of thinking, I'm terrible at this, everyone thinks I'm awkward, you could reframe it to, it's normal to feel nervous. I'm doing my best and I don't need to be perfect. I can handle this. Being compassionate with yourself helps break the cycle of negative thinking and supports a calmer, more balanced mindset. Step 5. Practice regularly. Reframing negative thoughts takes practice. The more you practice recognizing and challenging negative thoughts, the easier it becomes to reframe them in a way that promotes calmness and reduces anxiety. It's a skill that you can apply in various situations, from work and relationships to personal goals and challenges. The more you practice reframing, the more natural it will become to shift your mindset away from anxiety and toward a calmer, more confident perspective. Conclusion. Reframing negative thoughts is a powerful way to reduce anxiety and build emotional resilience. By identifying negative thinking patterns, challenging irrational thoughts, and replacing them with balanced, realistic beliefs, you can begin to break free from the grip of anxiety. This process takes time and practice, but over time you'll develop the ability to manage your thoughts more effectively and maintain a sense of calmness, no matter what life throws your way. In the next chapter, we'll explore how you can use positive affirmations to further reinforce your calm mindset and boost your self-belief. Chapter 9. Using positive affirmations to calm your mind. In the previous chapter, we discussed how reframing negative thoughts can help reduce anxiety and create a more balanced mindset. Now, let's take a step further and explore the power of positive affirmations. These simple yet powerful statements can help you rewire your brain to focus on calmness, self-assurance, and peace of mind. Positive affirmations are statements that you repeat to yourself to challenge and eliminate self-doubt, negativity, and anxiety. They are based on the principle of self-empowerment, where you consciously choose thoughts that support your well-being and reduce feelings of fear or stress. In this chapter, we'll learn how to use positive affirmations to help calm your mind and enhance your emotional resilience. Why affirmations work. The idea behind affirmations is rooted in the concept of neuroplasticity, which refers to the brain's ability to reorganize and form neural connections. By repeatedly stating positive beliefs or thoughts, you are essentially training your brain to accept them as truths, which helps you develop a calmer and more positive mindset over time. Affirmations work because they help disrupt negative thought patterns that contribute to anxiety. When you focus on positive, calming statements, you replace anxious thoughts with empowering ones. This shift helps you maintain control over your emotions, especially in stressful situations. For example, let's say you're feeling anxious about an upcoming event. If you keep thinking, "I'm going to mess up and everyone will judge me," you're reinforcing your anxiety. However, by using an affirmation like "I'm calm and capable," "I can handle whatever comes my way," you replace the negative thoughts with a more grounded and peaceful perspective. How to use positive affirmations effectively. Now that we know why affirmations work, let's explore how to use them in a way that will bring real results. Here are the steps to make affirmations a powerful tool for calming your mind. Step 1. Choose affirmations that align with your goals. The first step in using affirmations effectively is choosing the right ones. Focus on affirmations that resonate with you and address the specific anxieties you want to overcome. Your affirmations should help shift your focus from fear to calm, from uncertainty to confidence. For example, if social situations make you anxious, you could choose affirmations like, "I am comfortable in social situations, and I enjoy connecting with others." If you're feeling anxious about work or a specific task, try affirmations like, "I am capable and prepared to tackle any challenge that comes my way. I trust in my ability to succeed, no matter the situation." The more personal and specific your affirmation, the more effective it will be. Step 2. Make your affirmations specific and positive. When crafting your affirmations, make sure they are specific and framed in a positive way. Instead of focusing on what you don't want, focus on what you do want. Avoid negating language, e.g., "I'm not anxious," or "I'm not stressed," and instead frame the affirmation as a positive affirmation of your desired state. For example, instead of, "I am not anxious about this meeting," try, "I am calm and confident in this meeting." The goal is to affirm a state of being you want to create, rather than focusing on the absence of anxiety or fear. Positive, clear statements about the mindset you want to achieve are more effective and easier to internalize. Step 3. Repeat your affirmations regularly. Repetition is key when using affirmations to calm your mind. The more you repeat them, the more likely they are to become ingrained in your thought patterns. It's important to say your affirmations out loud or in your mind several times a day, especially in moments of stress or anxiety. Here's how you can incorporate affirmations into your daily routine. Morning affirmations. Start your day by repeating your affirmations. Take a few minutes when you wake up to set a positive tone for the day ahead. You could say something like, "Today, I am calm, focused, and ready to handle anything that comes my way," during stressful situations. Whenever you feel anxiety creeping in, take a moment to pause and repeat your affirmations. If you're about to give a presentation or have an important meeting, remind yourself with affirmations like, "I am confident and prepared for this. I trust in my abilities." Before bed, repeating affirmations before you sleep can help calm your mind and promote relaxation. reflect on the positive aspects of your day, and reinforce a peaceful mindset for a restful night. The more you repeat your affirmations, the more natural it will become to focus on calm rather than anxiety. Step 4. Visualize your success. While repeating your affirmations, try to incorporate visualization. Visualize yourself handling situations with calmness and confidence. Picture yourself navigating challenging circumstances with ease, feeling grounded and in control. This strengthens the connection between your thoughts and your emotions. For example, if you're using an affirmation like, "I am calm and confident," take a moment to imagine yourself in a challenging situation, such as speaking in public, and visualize yourself performing with ease. Feel the emotions associated with your success: confidence, calmness, and self-assurance. This visualization helps reinforce the affirmation and strengthens your belief in your own ability to stay calm. Step 5. Be patient and consistent. It's important to be patient with yourself when using affirmations. Positive changes in your mindset don't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, you will begin to notice shifts in your emotional state. You may still experience moments of anxiety or stress, but with regular use of affirmations, your ability to handle those situations will improve over time. Consistency is key. Even if it feels awkward at first or you don't immediately notice a difference, stick with it. The more you practice, the more natural it will become to stay calm and collected, even in stressful situations. Conclusion: positive affirmations are a simple yet powerful tool for calming your mind and reducing anxiety. By repeating positive, empowering statements, you can reprogram your thoughts and strengthen your ability to stay calm and focused in any situation. Affirmations work best when combined with other strategies like reframing negative thoughts and mindfulness. In the next chapter, we'll explore the importance of mindfulness and how it complements the practice of affirmations in creating a peaceful, centered mind. Chapter 10. Maintaining long-term calm and reducing anxiety for life. As we approach the end of this audiobook, it's important to reflect on the journey we've taken to understand and manage anxiety. We've discussed various techniques, from reframing negative thoughts and practicing mindfulness to using positive affirmations and managing stress triggers. But the ultimate goal is not just to reduce anxiety in the short term. It's to create a sustainable, calm, and peaceful mindset that you can carry with you through all the ups and downs of life. In this final chapter, we'll explore how you can maintain long-term calm, build resilience, and continue to grow as someone who has control over their anxiety. By integrating the strategies we've covered into your daily life, you can create lasting changes that allow you to navigate any situation with ease and confidence. 1. Consistent daily practices. The key to long-term calm is consistency. The techniques and practices you've learned, such as mindfulness, positive affirmations, and reframing negative thoughts, need to become a part of your daily routine. Just as you would take time each day to care for your body, it's important to prioritize mental self-care as well. Here's how you can integrate these practices into your life. Start your day with intention. Take a few moments in the morning to ground yourself. Begin with deep breathing or a brief meditation, followed by positive affirmations. By setting a calm tone at the start of your day, you're better prepared to face whatever challenges may come. Practice mindfulness regularly. Make mindfulness a daily habit. Whether it's through meditation, mindful walking, or simply being present during daily tasks, this practice keeps you grounded and focused on the present moment. The more you practice mindfulness, the more natural it becomes to stay calm and in control during times of stress. Reframe negative thoughts on the spot. When you encounter anxious thoughts or stress, take a moment to pause and reframe them. Replace thoughts like, "I can't handle this" with "I've faced challenges before, and I can handle this too." This immediate shift allows you to regain control and avoid spiraling into anxiety. End your day with gratitude. Before bed, reflect on the day's accomplishments and things you're grateful for. Practicing gratitude helps shift your focus away from worries and anxieties, fostering a sense of calm and contentment as you close out the day. 2. Building resilience through challenges. Anxiety is a natural part of life, and it's inevitable that you'll face stressful situations from time to time. However, with the right mindset and tools, you can build resilience and strengthen your ability to cope with challenges. Every difficult situation you face is an opportunity to practice the techniques you've learned. The more you apply these practices in real-life situations, the more confident you become in your ability to stay calm under pressure. Over time, you'll start to notice that challenges no longer trigger the same level of anxiety as they once did. Instead, you'll approach them with a sense of control and composure. To build resilience, view challenges as opportunities. Instead of seeing difficult situations as threats, try to see them as opportunities for growth. By viewing them in a positive light, you reduce the power that anxiety holds over you. Celebrate small wins. Every time you face a challenge without letting anxiety take control, celebrate it. These small victories are powerful indicators of your progress, and they boost your self-confidence. Learn from experiences. Reflect on past situations where you felt anxious. How did you handle them? What could you have done differently? Each experience provides valuable lessons for how to approach future challenges with more calm and control. 3. Embracing self-compassion. It's important to recognize that maintaining calm and reducing anxiety is not about perfection. There will be moments when you feel anxious, stressed, or overwhelmed, and that's okay. The key is to not judge yourself for those feelings. Instead, practice self-compassion. Understand that feeling anxious is a human experience, and it doesn't define you or your progress. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness when you're struggling. Rather than criticizing yourself for feeling anxious, offer yourself the same understanding and encouragement you would give to a friend. This reduces the pressure to be perfect and creates a space for healing and growth. To practice self-compassion, acknowledge your feelings. When anxiety arises, don't push it away. Acknowledge the feeling, but remind yourself that it's temporary and manageable. I'm feeling anxious right now, but I'm capable of handling this. Offer yourself kindness. Instead of criticizing yourself for feeling anxious, offer yourself comfort. It's okay to feel this way. I am doing my best, and that's enough. Treat yourself like a friend. Be as kind to yourself as you would be to a close friend. When you're struggling, be gentle with your words and actions. 4. Building a support system. While you can certainly work on reducing anxiety on your own, having a strong support system can make a huge difference in maintaining long-term calm. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, whether it's friends, family, or even a therapist. Having a support system provides reassurance, encouragement, and perspective when anxiety tries to creep in. Seek professional help when needed. If you find that your anxiety is overwhelming or persistent, don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist or counselor. Professional support can provide additional tools and coping strategies that may help you manage anxiety more effectively. Connect with like-minded people. Join communities, groups, or forums where people share similar experiences and goals. Support from others who are also focused on personal growth can offer encouragement and help you stay motivated. Share your progress. Talk about your achievements, struggles, and breakthroughs with trusted individuals in your life. This not only reinforces your progress, but helps you feel supported and understood. 5. Embracing a life of peace and balance. Ultimately, the goal is not just to reduce anxiety, but to cultivate a life of peace, balance, and fulfillment. When you practice the techniques you've learned, you're building the foundation for a life that's less impacted by stress and more focused on happiness, well-being, and success. As you continue to apply these strategies, remember that peace is an ongoing process. Life will always present challenges, but with the tools you've gained, you can face those challenges with grace and calmness. Over time, these practices will become second nature, and you'll be able to handle any situation with confidence and ease. Conclusion: you now have a powerful toolkit for managing anxiety, staying calm, and leading a more peaceful life. Remember, the journey to long-term calm is a marathon, not a sprint. By incorporating the techniques we've discussed, mindfulness, positive affirmations, reframing negative thoughts, and building resilience, you can maintain your peace no matter what life throws your way. Stay consistent, be patient with yourself, and most importantly, trust in your ability to remain calm, even in the face of adversity. Your journey to a calm, balanced life starts now. Keep practicing, keep growing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Thank you for listening, and may you always find peace within.